from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, here is the former hard-hitting WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. And now, ladies and gentlemen, standing at 6 feet 9 inches, his record 30 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 21 wins coming by way of knockout from Manchester, England. Here is the acclaimed 2-time heavyweight world champion, the current and the undefeated WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Deontay, you're making me nervous with the headphones. Are we feeling like talking today? Do us a favor. Okay, cool, brilliant. Listen, you had to go through the courts, right, to get to this moment. What is it that you want to prove in the arena on Saturday night?
I don't have nothing to prove. You know, I'm in a great place. I'm in a great state of mind, have always been. You know, I got a lot of great people around me that's been covering me all this time, you know. It's nothing to prove at all. This right here is redemption, retaliation, retribution, you know, and all of the above.
I got you. It's a long way to look up at you. Won't you sit down for me?
I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
All right, okay. So listen, 20 months, right? It's a long time to stay focused, to prove something that you feel that you've already proved, I assume. How have you managed to stay motivated during this time?
I've just been training, Kate, you know, taking it day by day, enjoying my life, training for a fight, and that's all we can do. Live every day, one day at a time, and I look forward to today. Because every day we wake up is a blessed day, remember that.
Amen, that's true. You've had a lot to deal with in the meantime, though, right? Because you had made the fight with AJ, then you had to deal with scrapping the fight with AJ. You had COVID that you had to deal with. Your wife has had a baby, congratulations, by the way. How have you managed to stay dialed in, or at what point do you think you really got dialed into this fight?
All these fights are exactly the same to me. You know, I've got some guy trying to take me head off with punches. No matter if it's Deontay Wilder or whoever it may be, it doesn't really matter to me because it's a Tyson Fury roadshow, and it's been continuing for 13 years. So I train every day of my life, twice a day mostly. I eat, sleep, train, repeat.
It's been 20 long months, though, right, that you've been waiting for this moment. Have you allowed your mind and your body a second to kind of step back at any point during that time?
We've been going from day one, since the last outing, you know. There hasn't been no stop. All the delays and all that, you know, has been beneficial for us. You know, we've been continue to carry on. You know, one thing about this camp that I've had, I've been able to have all my brothers around me from the start, and we're all together now. You know, so I've been talking about the love that's been around me all this time, and it's been real. It's been amazing for me. You know, when many people thought I was down, depressed, and all that. I can't be. It wouldn't be fair to the people that I have around me.
Overtraining is a real thing, though, right? So have they had to pull you back at times?
Overtraining is a real thing, and we've been able to stop at certain times, take breaks certain times, and get back at it. You know, certain things it'll be a little lighter than others. You know, until we're able to get back on track. You know, so everything has been good. I think we've timed everything out perfectly. I think we've done all the right things, and come Saturday night, it's going to be definitely a different fight, you know, for all the fans. You know, they should be excited. You know, it's not rare that we get trilogies like this, and I think it's going to go down in history.
We are excited. I think it feels really different coming into this fight than it did coming into the second fight, right? After that first fight, it felt like there was still mutual respect between the two of you. After the second fight, it feels like that has been lost somewhat. Deontay, there were many accusations that you made towards Tyson about reasons that you felt that he had won that fight, ways that you felt that he had cheated. Do you regret any of the accusations that you made towards him?
I don't regret it, and I go to my grave believing in what I believe in. I know things for fact. I have confirmation, clarity of a lot of things, and which, you know, one thing about it, you know, men lie, women lie, but your eyes don't lie what you see. You know, so people can believe what they want. We're all human. We believe what we want, but the eyes don't lie. And it only made me better as a man, as a fighter, to understand and to see certain things and know things for facts. You know, it made me even hungrier than before.
I beat him the first time after 3 years out the ring. Quite comfortable, actually. He won 2 rounds of a 12-rounder. I absolutely obliterated him in the rematch. He didn't even win any of the rounds. And in this third fight, I just see much more the same.
Do you think you've put yourself under more pressure with all the reasons about why the loss in the second fight happened? Do you now feel under more pressure to come out and look spectacular in this third fight?
Not at all. When you know the truth, they said the truth will set you free. You know, there's no pressure on me. And then when you have nothing to lose, there's no pressure at all. All the pressure is on him.
Is that how you feel if you got nothing to lose in this fight?
It's nothing to lose. Nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Why do you say nothing to lose? Because I think a lot of people would say that your legacy is potentially on the line in this fight.
Your legacy only dies when the man dies, when the desire and the fire resides, your heart for the sport or anything that you do in life. When that dies, so does your legacy, and I'm well alive.
Amen. Listen, you're the only undefeated heavyweight champion that remains of the group, right? Is that pressure
I said
for you?
that yesterday, and I've come
I
under a lot of
it.
scrutiny from it all. I've come under a lot of pressure. Because I forgot that Alexander Usyk's been a world champion for 5 minutes. Forgive me on that one. I do apologise.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Usyk, yeah, he just won all the belts. So congratulations to him, by the way. But I was just talking about the group that we were in before Usyk even come into the picture. Mm-hmm. Out of all of us from like years gone by, like say the last 10 years, there's only me, last man standing. And I'm the one who's had all the problems, all inactivity, everything. And I'm still here, still undefeated. I'm a lone soldier now. The last one undefeated. Actually, the first 2-time heavyweight champion of the world who never lost a fight. How amazing is that?
What's your energy towards Tyson Fury at this point in time?
My energy is like my mind is very violent, you know. So I'm just ready to go October the 9th. You know, I dedicated myself. I devoted my time and my body. Me and my team reinvented. I'm ready to reintroduce myself to the world, you know.
I've seen you wearing all that gear, which has the Russian slogan on it, right? Which says "Glaz za glaz," which means eye for an eye, I think, correct?
For sure.
What does that mean to you in the context of this fight?
Exactly what it means.
What do you want to repay him with? A loss for a loss? Is that what you're looking at, or how do you mean it?
I'm going to let you be the judge come Saturday night.
All right, fair enough.
I've learned to choose my words wisely.
Malik, talk to me. Deontay says that you've been able to bring something out of him that nobody else had. Why is that?
I'm a student of the game, obviously, and so Deontay, in my opinion, he ruled the heavyweight division, had 10 defenses at that time, and was just using one weapon, and on certain occasions he'll use 2 or 3. But over the years being in training camp with him at boxing, I used to always say, when he get into a fight, a lot of those things disappear, and I just never understood why, and it's because he got content with just knocking people out with one weapon, which was the right hand. What I did was I went to his toolbox. I didn't give him the toolbox. I went in and I pulled everything out that I feel as though that he do well, and I made sure we didn't do it from a subconscious state, or we didn't do it by accident. And the way to make sure it wasn't done from a subconscious state was constantly do it and drill it over and over and over again. And that's what I did. So it's not like I gave him a toolbox and I'm teaching him something new. Everything I'm teaching him, I may put it in different variations of things to have him throwing combinations. What I don't have Deontay Wilder doing is doing choreographic pad work. What I don't have Deontay Wilder doing is ducking down to the ground like he's fighting like Pernell Whitaker. He's fighting a tall guy. If a 6'7" guy is fighting a 6'7" guy, somebody has to get under a hook. I have tons of examples to prove this stuff. So we'll say some people were saying, well, why do he have Deontay Wilder ducking under a hook? He's a tall guy. Yeah, he's fighting a taller guy too. I don't want my fighter just catching punches. Fury's a big man, small gloves. Catching punches is damaging too. I don't want my fighter just parrying punches. I want him to be able to slip punches, parry punches. And that's where the 5 different dimensions thing come from. Deontay Wilder can do it all. And I just pulled a lot of stuff out of him in training camp, and I made sure we drilled them with intent, not from a subconscious space.
I hear you. It's been looking great. Talk to me, Sugar Hill, because you moved into this relationship with Tyson Fury just before the second fight, right? Took over after that first fight and saw obvious opportunity to do something differently going into that second fight and switch up the approach from the first fight. What opportunity do you see going into this trilogy fight to do things differently, if any?
Well, training Tyson Fury has just been pretty much making him better. He's already been an exceptional boxer before I started training him, and just fine-tuning those skills, making sure he understands a little bit more things that maybe he didn't see, allowing him to see those things, but more importantly, just being ready. I feel like Tyson Fury being ready is unstoppable.
You can have your opportunity to give your final comments.
What more that I can say that hasn't already been said, you know? I just tell you guys to prepare yourself and prepare yourself on the battlefield and get ready for war. Because this is right here is going to be an amazing fight come October the 9th. And as you see, I'm wearing my red outfit, so I want it back in blood. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'll see you guys there.
Tyson, you're up.
Well, I've got a lot to say, actually. Here's something that I think I need to say. It's like, Wilder said that I only won the second fight because I cheated, but then he goes and changes his whole team and does all this extra training and trains as hard as he's ever trained and brought on all his team and all that. So I asked the question is, if I only won because I cheated, what was the point in changing everything and doing all this other work? Can anybody answer that question? I know he can't, doesn't have the brains to. So, no one can answer that question, can they? So, the fact that I've egg in your face, bitch, is the word. That's what we say. And here's another one. He says he wants to do bad things to me and hurt me and do all this malice feelings and he's got anger and aggression. Well, for those who hold a hot coal with the intentions of throwing it at somebody, guess what? They're the ones who's going to get burnt. I don't want to hurt Deontay Wilder. I just want to beat him in a fight. And he knows what he's saying is lies. And deep down in his soul, he knows that he lost. And he'll lose again. And he lost the first time, he lost the second time, and he's going to lose the third time. And guess what? After this fight, he'll be back working in that fast food chain that he was working at earlier on in his career.
You still couldn't knock me out. You still couldn't do that. But guess what? If the roles were reversed and you was in the situation I was in, they would have called 911.
Your trainer, Jay Diaz.
Someone please call 911.
He done you a favor, Mark Breland. He saved your life that night.
Don't know.
You didn't want to sack him. You wanted to give him a pay rise.